Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Franchise Pearson. Welcome again to my channel. It is Monday. Happy Monday, February 3rd of 2025. Let's say it together. Praise God, from whom all blessings flow. People, I went to bed thinking about this immigration thing in a lot of different aspects. So when I got up this morning, I'm like, you know what? Let me get maybe a quarter of a circle view of what's going on, that is around the world. Let me try to do maybe a 25 minute video about the heartbeat of immigration, what people are thinking, with the powers I put it in place, and what could possibly happen. Also, the neglect of Americans. And the question, where are we going? Where are we going, people? Where is America? Where is the world? National, international, where are we going? Are we being pushed into something whereby we are being utilized as tools to justify each and every move, step by step, not really knowing that there's a puppet master, a literal puppet master behind the scenes, tinkering with our minds, utilizing propaganda, the television, the internet, the magazines, the newspapers, the talking heads every day, 24/7. Maybe even having the sales and the instigators out here. Yeah, paid people to get out here and just do the unseemly, pushing us in a direction that when we finally end up there, we're all going to look at each other and say, how in the hell did we get here? And I'm like, Pearson, go to bed. You've been burning the midnight oil. I'm like, no, I got to think this one through. I said, I got to think this one through. Because I know the Antichrist move, but I'm like, man, with my little itty bitty channel, can I just keep pounding the pavement psychologically and trying to get people to see? And if I could steal a slogan from Kamala Harris, you know, the one that ran for president, we're so much better off together than we are apart. We're so much better together than we are apart. Now, I probably made a little bit of y'all mad, but hey, even a clock is right, what they say, twice a day. So shout out to Kamala Harris. Hope she's doing all right. But people, there was a song by Diana Ross. I want to say 1975, 74. Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? Now that song is almost 50 years old, but I think it's relevant to the now. And people, so as I venture down this rabbit hole or uncertain road, however you want to depict it, I want you to reflect on how I'm couching this thing. Let's start with this one here.
Hey, so did you all see the protest in Los Angeles last night for ICE? I mean, there were thousands and thousands of people waving the Mexican flag as far as you could see. And it made me wonder, with that kind of heartfelt national pride, why aren't they over the border in Mexico with their flags that they're so proud to fly? I mean, I didn't see a single American flag. And I mean, I get it. I love Mexico. I love to visit there. I love the food. I love the culture. I love the music and the vibe. But I don't understand why all of those Mexicans here illegally in the United States are protesting our immigration officers while they're flying their Mexican flag. Go home.
Now, people,
right now, a crowd gathering this morning at
people, you might not like how she said it, but a lot of people are thinking like that. A lot of Americans, I don't care what color you are, a lot of folks are thinking like that. And I've asked the question, and just to make it fair, and you know she didn't really mean it like that, but you know that everybody out there wasn't illegal. But her point is, you're here and you're supporting a disorder, as I couched it yesterday, and you're supporting breaking the law. And how come you just can't go home, wherever your respective country is, and make that better? It's a legitimate question. It's a legitimate question because, like you guys put in the comment section yesterday, if you stick one toe over the line in another country and you don't have your paperwork, that is you illegal, like one of y'all put in the comment section, you might just end up in a prison and rot there. Let me get this right. And rot there. You might rot there. So when I look and I think about what she's saying, I'm now thinking, yes, I'm thinking it. Who's in the crowd pushing this? Because it's not logical. It's not logical. Look, you're talking about David and Goliath, sure enough. You're not going to win this war because that's what it's come down to. And it might lead to civil war. So who's pushing this illegal issue where mobs are even now protesting on the freeway, our freeway? Because this can happen in any city, people. It's not even summertime. So do you think she got a legitimate point? Why not take that enthusiasm and all that passion and take it back to your country and make it better? And I don't think that's a racist comment. What I think is that it's a good perspective. At the same time, is there something nefarious that has infiltrated the movement and made the character a little bit questionable? Because it doesn't make no sense to be out there blocking traffic. That's going to cause a problem between the citizenry and potentially could cause chaos and aid to the Civil War. So do you think she's right? Do you think she got a valid point? Now, I haven't been around the world, but I've been a few places, but I'm sure I've met people like her. They would kindly give and help and support a country that's trying to get back up on their feet. Number two. I got to put it on silent because I got to think. Let's look at it again. Imagine yourself having to go take care of some business and this is going on. And now you're thinking, and any day you can wake up and this is what you might run into. That's emboldening people. Like I said before, we have a slightly loosely knit takeover in America. I don't care what nobody say. Because I grew up in a country where you restored order. This wasn't going to happen back in the day when I was a kid. Okay? They round you up from the beginning, and I don't care how many people they had to arrest, you got arrested. So why is it going on now? It looks like these are seeds being planted for disorder of the future. Be careful, people. Be careful. Now check this out. They say a picture speaks 1,000 words, 1,000 languages. I watched several videos last night. And this is what makes people not want to be part of your cause. And I've done videos on this years ago because I hate it. I've always said that the minimum penalty for defacing property should be a year. The fine, I don't know, 10,000, 5, 6, name a price, reasonable price, 3,000. No parole, at least 1 year, and start in high school and drill it in their brain. Drill it in their brain. Don't you ever in your life think about taking a spray can and defacing our city property. But no, it's almost acceptable behavior. I did a video last year where they literally had, I think it was in Los Angeles. There was a condo building which hadn't been finished yet. And they got out there and they graffitied the whole thing before it even opened. You guys probably remember that video I did last year. It's ridiculous. So now she's out there doing her thing. Do you know that majority of places that I have seen, I don't care what they do to that brick is never the same. Did you know that? Should be a penalty. Now listen to this here. Let's go to Nigeria. Nothing but respect. I'm not choosing sides, but this is what's happening in reaction to Donald J. Trump. He's saying Americans and American businesses, since you sending Nigerians back home from America, guess what? You here in Nigeria, y'all get to pack in y'all bags too.
I'm going to make this message very, very brief. I am very, very horrified by what I am hearing about the Trump government and the deportation of migrants. I am horrified to see what is going on, considering that a lot of these migrants are black people. I have decided that I'm giving American citizens in my country 24 hours notice to pack their bags and leave my country immediately. All American businesses have been confiscated and will be nationalized, and they will become Laughter Republic companies. I will not repeat myself. Americans in my country are given 24 hours notice to leave and go back to America. Thank you.
Now let me say this to you guys. I want to make sure I'm not misunderstood. Like I said last night in one of my videos, if you see a man like Donald J. Trump campaigning for 2 years, and he's telling you ahead of time how it's going to be, you need to be making a plan, saving your money, and getting up out of here. That is America. I feel the same way about overseas. If you are overseas, Eddie Murphy said it best, about 30 years ago in a movie, I forgot what movie it was, put in the comment section. He said, there's a new sheriff in town. I said, there's a new sheriff in town. If you are overseas in a country, you better start feeling the pulse of that country. Because if you're doing business, you might not have no business. And if you there, look, baby, you see this man? He gave a 24-hour notice, baby. Let me play this again, because I'm not so sure people can wrap their mind around this here. Listen.
I'm going to make this message very, very brief. I am very, very horrified by what I am hearing about the Trump government and the deportation of migrants. I am horrified to see what is going on, considering that a lot of these migrants are black people. I have decided that I'm giving American citizens in my country 24 hours notice to pack their bags and leave my country immediately. All American businesses have been confiscated and will be nationalized, and they will become Laughter Republic companies. I will not.
Are you hearing this? People, this could be a trend. Look, sometimes you got to see it before it's birthed, before it's born. Are these international birth pains which are coming? Look, you know how I roll here. I try to forecast in relation to the signs that I see. If this is happening in Nigeria, and I'm sure it's happening in a few other places, will this be the norm? Because you got a two-pronged approach here. You got tariffs on any given day coming from Donald J. Trump, and you got him sending people back. If you are overseas, you better feel the pulse. If I got a business overseas, I might be thinking, like, you know what, maybe I should put a Nigerian in charge of this thing. pay him a little money under the table. Or I should just get the hell on up out of there. Look, people, I'm doing the video because I want y'all to see the slow change that's going on in our world. It's happening. And we too busy because we're working a job and a half. We stressed trying to pay our bills. I get it, raising our kids, trying to keep up on stuff. I'm trying to do my part to let you know what's going on nationally and international. This is serious. The man only gave 24-hour notice. Trump gave a what? 2-3 year notice, whatever. Next clip. Donald Trump.
US President Donald Trump says he will cut funding for South Africa over a new land expropriation policy. South Africa defended itself on Monday against attacks on the policy by Trump and his billionaire backer Elon Musk, who was born in South Africa. Without citing evidence, Trump said on Sunday, quote, certain classes of people in South Africa were being treated very badly.
That's under investigation right now. We'll make a determination. And until such time as we find out what South Africa is doing, they're taking away land, they're confiscating land, and actually they're doing things that are perhaps far worse than that.
South African President Cyril Ramaphosa said in a statement he looked forward to engaging with Trump to find a better and common understanding over the issue. Last month, he signed into law a bill that would make it easier for the state to expropriate land in the public interest. The law aims to address racial disparities in land ownership that persist 3 decades after apartheid's demise in 1994. Special conditions.
People, I could talk all day about this South Africa thing. I could talk all day about it, okay? I've had constant conversations since I was 20 about this issue. Every now and then, the people who feel that they have been oppressed and suppressed, they get a little leverage, they get in position, and they gradually reverse things. That is the reality. I don't care what culture and what color you are. Trump getting involved, I'm gonna do this and that, I'm gonna investigate and hold back the money. Trump know what's going on over there, and majority of y'all know. And don't make it a racial thing, because I've been very fair on my shows for about 4 years on all my channels. America has had its business, Britain has had his nose, and other countries have had their nose in Africa for hundreds of years. And now the folks are fighting back, saying, look, those are our minerals. That's our cobalt. That's our oil. That's our land. People, look, to be honest, can you blame them? Can you blame them? Can you blame them? Can you blame them? If it's theirs, and no matter who or what color has been in charge for all this time, people, life has an evolution. And the reality of an evolution is that you don't always hold on to it. At some point, the essence speaks. Is this time? Is Trump reacting in relation to the power, saying, you know what? You need to stop their funding so you can get them to stop what they're doing. People, look at it for what it is, not what you think it is, and no racial overtones. Is Trump doing this based on the hidden power, saying we're losing our grip? Because if we lose our grip, we're going to suffer economically. Do your research on Henry Kissinger. Do your research on Zbigniew Brzezinski and Jimmy Carter. That's how long I've been watching this thing in South Africa and other countries around the world. We've made policies, we have dethroned people and put in our own people. So Westerners and international people can make money. It's called exploitation. And if you want to make it personal, don't think they haven't done the same thing to us in America. Okay? They have. It's just in a different way. They exploit us to the point now we become protectionists. And the man fights the woman, and the black fights the white, and the white fights the black. And the Mexicans fight this, and the Asians fight against that. And now, Mexicans and everybody else are in LA. We have all been exploited and prostituted. And the number one resource that God gave us was us. So when I do these videos, don't look at it in terms of color. Understand, everybody at some point had their original culture and their original land. And like I said a few minutes ago, don't be surprised that as the evolution takes place, the masses begin to say, you know what? I'm taking it back. You might not like the way they take it back. But hey, you got to wake up to the reality. So Trump's going to do an investigation. Baby, he already know the history. And you already know the history. You go ahead and let the black folks have their place and lead and lead their own land. I don't care what Elon Musk talking about. He ain't talking about nothing. That's South Africa. They're my people. Let them rule their own economically and political and social destiny. Irregardless of how it come out. They got a right to do whatever they got to do in their country, just like Mexicans got a right to do what they do in their country. Just like Europe got a right to do what they do in their country. Just like Irish got a right to do what they do in their country. Everybody got their own right. But see, the leverage has always been money. These world banks, America, we always giving money. But people, look, it's leverage. And also they give money. And then, for some mysterious reason, these countries go into debt. Then they give more money. And then what happens? The lender is in control. Do you understand? But like I said, in America, it's the same thing. I look at it the same way when they had our college kids back in the day. And I fought against it when I was in college. Sending all the credit card companies on the college campus. Here, get yourself a $2,000, $3,000 credit card so you can run in debt. So you can always be a slave to that. It's called exploitation, people. And finally, let's go into this here. Here's a veteran who now has been summoned to pay back money because they overpaid him. And there's a lot of stories about that. How many veterans out here not getting medical care? Not getting checks, I heard the last couple of months. What's really going on? There's going to be some symbology in here. I'll point it out, but listen to the guy's story.
Patrick McFeely is one of the few and the proud. Outside his Sarasota County mobile home waves the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, alongside the flag he signed up to defend.
My partner passed away, so I came down here, and I love it down here.
The Marine Corps veteran makes ends meet with pension payments from the VA and, after he turned 62, Social Security.
It was like $2,400 a month.
Not a lot, but enough to get by. And things were fine until a few weeks ago when he got a letter in the mail.
Your entitlement to compensation and pension benefits has changed. As a result, you were paid $108,000 more than you were entitled to receive.
The Department of Veterans Affairs says McFeely was overpaid more than $100,000 and they will withhold money each month to pay back his debt.
And so when I called them, all I got to run around and saying that it's because I collected Social Security. And they didn't know it. And they said I didn't report it, but when it's documented that they know I was collecting Social Security at the time.
On top of that, the VA notified him nearly 10 years after he began collecting Social Security. Every year, over...
Didn't I say exploitation? So they allegedly made human error, didn't dot their I's and cross their T's. Now they're going. Now the man is in his 70s. How you gonna pay it back? People, one way to make America great again is to be honest. Is to be honest, and honesty starts at home. You better watch Trump. When I dug on these stories, the veteran issue is real. It's real. These folks, look, people, these folks is going through hell. They're going through hell. They're going through hell. And they didn't cut back. They didn't cut back money. Okay? They didn't cut back money on it. I think it was like 50%. If you're a veteran, put it in there. You know what I'm talking about. They didn't cut back. They didn't cut back on the veterans. It's ridiculous. Just check out the stories. It's there. Sad stories. It's ridiculous. I just chose this one. But my name is Franchise Pierce. If you like the work, please subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up. God bless America. God bless the world.